and welcome back. This is Ty Farrell at Outlaw Hue, continuing the Remaster tutorial, just showing you the way I handle things. In this video, I actually just got Zbrush 2022, so I like to slowly configure it as I work through projects, so you'll see me doing that. What I'm doing here with Spider Gwen is getting rid of her hands. They were a problem, so get rid of them early on. I have a set of hands I'll add to her later. And I'll just move on, actually begin sculpting into her. I looked at her anatomy, and one thing I wanted to do was add more realism so that I can look at the landmarks, look at what's going on with the overall design of the model, and it helps me stylize it more optimal. And I think this works regardless if you're doing stylized or realistic, to always ground yourself in realism, stay open to any stylized shapes that you want to go with. As far as the sculpting goes, I just start top from bottom. So you see me looking at these arms. I'm going to look for the landmarks and think about the shape and direction of the muscles and try to shape it that way. Also, in the original model, the deltoid area was pretty small and short compared to the rest of the upper arm. I wanted to add some balance to that. So I'm extending the deltoid a bit and just trying to develop those shapes. Now, I'm going to exaggerate it a bit, but what's going to happen is later on, when I project normal maps, you'll notice that all this extra shape that I created, a lot of it will be diluted by the time I get to normal maps. So I'm just going to go for the gusto here, and I'm adding a good amount of muscle onto her, a good amount of muscle mass where it's needed. Also, the shape of her outfit, I wanted to change it a little bit, especially around the chest area. I wanted to show it more realistic, as if she's wearing something like you would see a athlete wear, where it gets tight, but when it gets tight across the chest, it doesn't necessarily fold into the chest, leave an impression as if it's latex. It actually holds the shape of the chest, but it becomes more cylindrical shape, if you think about that area. Like I said before, I'm exaggerating this a bit, but I'm also going to go ahead and stylize it a bit. So instead of giving her a 6-pack, I went on and gave her an 8-pack. And that's just a stylization I decided to do. It's something I've seen before, and I always thought it was interesting, so I'm going to put it on here. Now, that won't fully go through on the final model, but it will add more angle changes on the final model. And after I'm done sculpting, what I end up doing there was projecting all that sculpting information into the original model. So now it has the muscle definition that I wanted to have, like grounding it in realism, but still keeping it stylized. So I'm pretty happy with the way this projection turned out. The shape held up well. It's still Spider-Gwen. Now it has this muscle tone, muscle definition that will be diluted in the process later, but right now it looks like it's hitting in the right direction. Looks great. So the next part, I most likely will go into more definition of the suit, and I'll save that for another video. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and like, and I'll see you in the next video.